Well, hello guys. And today is a very special day. We are not playing Doom exactly. We're doing something more adrenaline fueling, more harsh and strong. We are reading the lore, we are reading the text here, which is much more brutal than just this game. This easy peasy game. So we will be reading a lot today. We will read everything that we've missed. We've picked up some PDAs before, and we'll read them. I am running here around to look up for maybe missed PDA, maybe to die. so, so our challenge was to read the text, and we died. We failed. The whole level needs to be restarted. It's Nightmare plus difficulty for lore reading. Okay, and here we go. Here it is. Environment, database, UAC personnel, weapons, monsters, and artifacts. It's unclickable, and I haven't got everything on it, but we'll read the things we have. Okay, the UAC. Despite the discovery of liquid water on Mars in the early 21st century, the colonization of Mars had little appeal beyond exploration for the next century. With the discovery of the argent fracture, a transdimensional stream of unrefined argent plasma in 2095, settling and mining Mars became both practical and essential to meet the vast energy demands of Earth. However, the need for atmospheric conversion and terraforming of the red planet was a task that seemed unsurmountable to all but one corporation, the UAC. Through their diligent dedication to technological advancement and forward thinking, an outpost was established in MTC 2096 to extract urgent plasma from the fracture. When this plasma is subjected to the UAC's fermionic transference pattern, urgent energy is produced. This remarkable venture eventually bore fruit, as urgent energy became the primary power source for all of Earth. New visitors to the UAC facility may take for granted the rich atmosphere, while on the surface, but it should be remembered that just a few short decades ago, Mars was an inhospitable desert that could support no life. I want to see it later. We'll see it. Here we are on Hell. What is this thing? Is it portal or something like that? We are on Hell, so here is not important. Is it nice or not? It's not Mars. What is that? It seems like a portal. Let's put a rocket there. I don't see it. It just disappears almost instantaneously. Oh no, it's a visual effect. It's not disappearing instantaneously. It's still going and now it disappears, but with no effect. So, okay, let's move on. We will look at it later. Resource operations. The Resource Operations Center, referred to as ResOps, was one of the first facilities constructed at the Mars base after the discovery of the argent fracture. It encompasses several key areas needed to run the facility, including plasma extraction and processing, isotope stabilization, heavy metal and ore mining, artifact analysis, communications networking, and off-world transportation. New UAC employees posted to the Mars facility are expected to fulfill a tour of duty in Res Ops before moving on to the specialized career bracket. Security clearance level 1 allows access to all areas of Res Ops, excluding the Vega networking hubs and some satellite control centers. For access to these locations, new advocates must submit a Delta Q Delta form to the department enforcer. Oh, so there's more than that. There's few entries. So there's second entry. Let's read it. I didn't understand UI correctly. Welcome to Mars. The UIC's mission is the foundation on which we achieve the establishment of a new paradigm to move humanity forward into the future. Tier 1 advocates may take some time to adjust to life on Mars, but with faith and dedication you can look forward to a long and fruitful career as you work towards full induction. Your transition to Tier 2 status will be judged upon your actions here. Make a good impression, new advocate. This guide will update automatically as you access new areas of the facility. Expect more helpful hints into the UIC way of life, and as we say here on Mars, power from the people. Yeah. Have I missed something? Oh, I missed one. Probably. Unauthorized exploration into the exclusion zones outside the base is not allowed under any circumstances. Highly volatile experiments and artifacts are frequently researched a safe distance away from the base, and your safety in these areas cannot be guaranteed. And we can read the second entry here. 2 new advocates. And in that vision they saw the future bold and powerful, and the many worked as one to bring the new order. What better words to inspire you as you set about initiating yourself into the USC? Those who came before you and those who you serve with all operate with the same goal in mind, the development of a new dawn for mankind. It is by this principle of teamwork that we will elevate ourselves to the next plane of existence. If you have any new suggestions to improve the work environment while working your tenure in ResOps, please submit suggestion form VAT E1M4 to your command controller. However, it is imperative that you learn to accept the things you can change and follow the path that has been laid out for you. Your service ResOps is a test of your devotion to this cause. Should you be asked to submit yourself to an interrogation program or experimental treatment, you are expected to comply without question. If a fellow advocate asks you to engage in a dedication ceremony, say yes. If you see an advocate doubting their role at the USA, bring it to the attention of an enforcer so that they might receive the help they need. Don't be selfish. Tier 2 is for everyone. Okay, I can see here the reference what E1M4. It's a direct reference for first or second Doom, I don't know, because they both have E1M4. And what is file extension of the levels in the Doom, in the old Dooms. It's abbreviature for where is all data. Yeah, that's funny reference. let's move on. And I haven't located this entry. Sorry guys, but we get what we have. The Foundry, an extension wing of Resource Operations, the first Mars outpost, processes all of the heavy elements mined from the outlying Martian landscape and from around the original location of the argent fracture. Refining argent plasma requires a large amount of transitional metals and noble gases. So at central locations that can be systematically cleansed and decontaminated is required to keep argent energy production at maximum efficiency. As such, this area is considered a high risk area, and all USC employees are subjected to regular med checks to ensure their production capabilities are not degraded by the environment. Industrial accident-related deaths in the foundry dropped dramatically in MTC 2146 thanks to the implementation of new UAC safety protocols where employees exposed to dangerous materials are immediately sent to the Lazarus labs for cleansing, re-education, and where possible reintegration. As a result of this protocol, officially reported deaths have dropped to negligible amounts. So where were we? Argent facility. The surface of Mars is an inhospitable environment, despite the breathable atmosphere created by the N2O2 pumping stations. Sandstorms regularly make working outside impractical, and constant maintenance is necessary to keep the facility fully operational. During adverse weather conditions, exterior work is limited to essential activities such as engine, tower, feed control, interdepartmental transport, cargo handling, emergency access, and level 2 hazard events such as agent meltdowns or bioepidemics. Untethered cross-dimensional activity is a frequent occurrence outside of the base, so budding up is advised for all workers when journeying onto the surface. Should you find yourself caught in a level 3 demon contamination event, it is important that you remain calm. A tier 3 advocate wouldn't panic, and neither should you. We have a saying here in the Lazarus Labs: if you want the job, act as if. So stop, think, and act as if you are as tier 3 advocate. Here are the steps you should follow. Attempt to reach an emergency force field safety zone or a bulkhead door. Do not run, as some of our transdimensional visitors are sensitive to movement. Shut down any volatile equipment you may be using. Should you be unable to escape from the demons, it is important that you don't leave that plasma cutter running where it could damage an important piece of machinery. If there is no obvious escape route and you have powered down your equipment, give yourself over to the demon willingly. Studies have shown that infuriating a demon by running away can cause additional frustration in the predator, and that may result in your body being too badly mutilated for useful post-mortem study. Simply kneel down, close your eyes, and wait. Remember, you can be as useful in death as you are in life. So, guys, let's speak about that. As about Foundry, it's just some mumble jumble about safety protocols, but I have silent suspicions that their dropped deaths statistics is more like bureaucracy bureaucracy smart move than real job. So they just move heavily injured people to Lazarus labs, and so it's not under the foundry jurisdiction, under the foundry statistics, and so on. So just a sleight of hand of bureaucracy. As of agent facility, they talk about different hazards in the mass. It's talked about some occurrence of cross-dimensional activity, probably demon spawning, which need to be fought with your bodies. It's strange, so it's not that unhazardous environment. It's kind of dangerous, and even though the company seems to be caring about you, it doesn't. It doesn't care. It just, for example, it prefer their equipment better than your life. Even your life is better to be not mutilated hardly to study you as demons' behavior patterns. So that's weird, nasty, and I think it's kind of a parody of big companies, which is kind of reality in our world. Okay, let's move on. Agent Energy Tower. Again, I have missed the second thing. It's hard to find them. It's not that hard to find them. They are not placed too far. It's more about noticing them and remembering to collect them. So I tried, and sometimes I missed them. Completed in 2127 based off a prototype developed by Samuel Hayden's research team. As the Argent Tower, also known as the Argent Inductor, is the UIC's crowning achievement. This unparalleled piece of technology is born of the synergy achieved when radical, forward-thinking UIC science is charged with the raw power of Argent plasma. Unprecedented in scale, the tower's primary purpose is to harness Argent plasma from the fracture, convert it to usable Argent energy, and beam Argent packages to Earth's GEDM, Global Energy Distribution Matrix. It is based of Gauss cannon designs, first prototyped in the late 20th century, although details regarding the inner workings of the tower are closely guarded secret. The concept of using Gauss cannon design to launch energy packets had not even been theorized prior to the discovery of the fracture, but the technology developed at a miraculous rate soon after. The phenomenal growth of this new tech has led to some speculation that the Argent Tower is actually based off of a design discovered in the artifacts that were found dispersed around in the site of the fracture. So let's talk about that energy tower. I will describe what I know about Gauss cannon ideas. So the Gauss cannon or Gauss rifle is using Gauss principle to shoot bullets. As I know, there are some cannons or in real life in our modern world that uses this Gauss principle. So idea is this. You are placing electrical magnets next to each other, line them up, and you place them in the barrel. And the projectile, the bullet, or some object that needs to be accelerated to tremendous speeds is accelerated via magnets, not gunpowder or some explosions. So it's just transferring electrical power to the kinetic energy, to the speed of this mass. It allows it to be more efficient. It allows it to be as fast as you want it to, and it allows it to be rechargeable. So I suppose the projectile itself is not that costly. It's just some metallic object that can be magnetized and so on. So it makes the shooting cheaper, or sending the package for a long distance. But here we're talking about energy transferring. Is it possible with Gauss? Yes, it is. It's kind of physical because plasma is a magnetic substance too. It's one of the matter form of the matter that can be used, and it's susceptible to the magnetic forces. That's how, for example, lasers can control some substances. They can heat them up to the ludicrous degrees of Celsius or Fahrenheit, it doesn't matter. And this is how the lasers can even cool down the matters. Or, for example, with magnetic force, we can control plasma so that it doesn't touch any borders itself. They just levitate. So yeah, it's a real thing. So I can imagine that with this Gauss style thing, they send plasma to Earth. The only thing you need to do is to catch this energy rightfully, because if you don't catch it, it still will drop on your head, and it won't be pretty. It will be not a constructive, not usable energy, but destructive energy. It's like shooting your own planet. So yeah, I can understand that. And Gauss rifle we have. Let's take it out. This one. So maybe there's magnets from left and right. I don't know. And maybe this is just what artists make. So we are just sending energy. Is it shooting energy or plasma or bullets? Probably just energy. But really, the energy transferring with Gauss style system is unknown to me. It's the first time I'm hearing that. So maybe it's speculative, sci-fi, and so other mumbo jumbo tech slang. But there are some roots and some physical underlying logic here. So let's move on. Yeah. Cardinal Sanctum. So we are now in hell. The Blood Keep, also referred to as the Cardingear Sanctum. I don't know which language is that. Is a sprawling network of tunnels, catacombs, and temples that connect the wasteland umbral plains to the Great Steppe. It is believed that this area serves as a place of worship and vilification, as both hero and enemy can be found buried in tombs throughout the region. The area is inhabited by all manner of demons, including the possessed, the unwilling, lost souls, hell knights, and other non-classified creatures. The Project Lazarus manned expedition MTC 2145/128 uncovered one tomb of particular interest. The temple was abundant with powerful holding runes and unique artifacts. Despite the complete loss of human life on the expedition, the relics were successfully returned by scout boats to the Lazarus labs for processing and study. Let's see the second entry. As a Tier 2 advocate, you have access to privileged information that will help you understand the USC's mission and purpose, and how you fit into the new future. You will be privy to a deeper understand of our symbolic connection to Argent Plasma, and to how harnessing and using it more than just good fortune, it's good sense. We will also no doubt start discussing some of the more sensitive subject matters that we Tier 2 advocates mull over. One conversation that is often heard around the Argent Tower is what happened to Samuel Hayden. As you know, our venerable leader designed the original Argent Tower, and during its construction, his mortal body was consumed by a devastating cancer. Despite this, Samuel did not give up and used the power of Argent energy to create a new, more powerful body for himself. Samuel was still Samuel, but he became so much more. While it can be disconcerting to see Samuel now, remember that Samuel never gets sick, never tires, and is never afraid. And what do we have to thank for that? Agent energy, of course. I don't know, it's some kind of sect. I don't know, sectantic talk. Yeah, that's weird. um, I want to say something more about that. I need to think. I thought they would take him as an image of a great worker that never gets sick, never tired, and is never afraid. So should be you. Advanced Research Complex. Construction of the Advanced Research Complex was completed in MTC 2136. This vast state-of-the-art research, design and production center uses cutting-edge technology and fabrication techniques to prototype everything from robotics to weaponry to subspace communication systems. The building security, life support, and day-to-day operations are almost entirely managed by Vega, the Agent facility's in-house artificial intelligence mainframe. Due to the highly sensitive nature of the research being conducted at the ARC, the entire superstructure is essentially a Faraday cage to prevent any unauthorized communications beyond its walls. The ARC is the birthplace of several breakthrough study fields, including BFG development, teleportation research, and cybernetic augmentation. This bastion of advanced thought attracts the brightest minds in the scientific community and is considered humanity's brain trust. Okay, I want to clarify what Faraday cage means. It's essentially a metallic cage that prevents radio waves or electromagnetic waves radiating outward. Maybe in some frequencies they can be, but not in certain wavelengths. So it blocks all electromagnetic communication, which is 99% of possible communications, at least in this world. Tier 3 Manifest. Welcome, Tier 3 advocates. You have elevated yourselves to the next level of thinking. Your previous notions have been cleansed by science, and you see things now as they truly are. The true power of Argent energy under the stewardship of the USC will drive us into the next age of mankind. No more secrets, no more hiding. Your journey towards the final tier begins now. Our understanding of pan-dimensional existence grows each day. As we begin to realize the true power that flows from hell, we are changed into something much greater than we ever thought possible. Your life as a Tier 3 advocate is more than just the work you perform. Spiritual understanding of who we are and what we are meant to become grows with each artifact you catalog, each weapon you prototype, and each heretic you convert. The fear of hell is seen for what it really is: false emotions appearing real. That's interesting, and I want to talk about that after we read all this stuff. You have opened your mind. Okay, let's move on. Sadly, I haven't read this one. I haven't found this one. So let's read the second. An important message. Fellow discipline, this message has been sent to you in recognition of your service to the Lazarus Project. I am Olivia Pierce. You have been granted the highest level of clearance we allow at the Lazarus Project, and as such you are expected to partake in all rituals, sacrifices and vivisection programs, both demon and human, as requested, whether as a practitioner of the dark arts or as a patient of a cleansing. As we work tirelessly to open the gates to hell, remember our mantra: the science will cleanse us. Our recent expedition to the Great Steppe resulted in the retrieval of new tablets which will help us further decode the Helix Stone. I must reiterate again the importance of fully decoding this stone. The scriptures tell us that it holds the key to both realizing our future and destroying us, so we must know it before the enemy. The enemy will come and we must be ready. While we are decoding the latest artifacts and relics, there will be no rest, no leave, and no sleep. You must succeed. Our lives means nothing. Opening the gate is everything. Okay, this crazy woman speaks again with a great fusion of business talk and with this how it called the Lotus madness. Titan's realm, again hell. After the disastrous Project Lazarus manned expedition MTC 2145/128, it was decided to avoid Cadenia Sanctum until the environment was more conducive to human exploration. The second Project Lazarus manned expedition MTC 2148/177 was changed to a new location, an area referred to as the Great Steppe. The Corex tablets describe this area in detail. Through the Titan's realm and down to the greatest steep where the trophies of victory are kept through ages. Their false idols banished to a wasteland, their towers fallen, their foundations ground to dust, their hollowed halls kept empty as cruel reminders that civilization shall fall before the ascension of the great ones. It's probably told in some growling voice. There, I can't do it. There, I don't know. I can't repeat that. I just remember them, and probably we can find it somewhere here. We will see. Let's move on. Second entry. Pilgrimage. If you are one of the lucky disciplines who will get to experience a pilgrimage to hell, there are some preparation you must make for your journey. You must make sure of your affairs are in order before leaving. Donate all of your belongings, excluding any security-controlled materials, to a Tier 2 advocate, and record any final logs you may wish to make. Your savings and assets will be used to fund additional USC research. For the expedition itself, you may wish to consider sedation. Advocates can get overwhelmed during their transition, and medically administered balancing agent can help ease the excitement. I read it in excitement. Lastly, prepare your mind for the wonders you will experience. Seeing the remains of a titan is an experience that will buckle the knees of the most steadfast advocate. If you are lucky, you may even get to see a live titan. If you do, you must record the sighting immediately and hand your storage devices to a scout boat for safely. It is not known if any titans still inhabit the Great Steppe. So if you get a chance to be a sacrifice to one of these massive beasts, take it. I don't know. It's so funny blend of mad ritual talks of these zealots and corporative bullshit we have today in our companies. Whoa, that's. I haven't expected it to be funny. The necropolis. When the expedition of 2148 reached the Great Steppe, massive structures were found, unlike any other edifices yet seen in Hell. It is believed that these structures were native to this area, absorbed into Hell when the civilization was conquered. The construction bears resemblance to many known earthly architectural movements and several unknown, potentially extraterrestrial designs. Most of the structures appear to be religious or spiritual in design and have been corrupted to pay homage to the dark magic of Hell. Although this expedition ended in a total loss of human life, it was considered a resounding success, not only for the vast amount of data recovered by the scout boats, but also for returning the petrified remains of a massive shadow lord believed to be an ancient Balgar demon. The presence of such high-ranking demons in the necropolis suggests that the area holds some item of extreme importance or vulnerability to demons. Current research suggests this may be the lost artifact known as the Crucible. However, no further expeditions to this area have been planned under explicit instruction from Olivia Pierce. She wanted it herself, probably. Second entry, Why We Must. Oh, by the way, this is icon of sin. I noticed it in our walkthrough, and I hope that I have spoken about it out loud. Rest is important if you are to be a productive advocate. However, downtime does not need to be wasted time. When not working on the Lazarus project, take some time to think about what comes after we open the gates. Where does the devotion and hard work lead? Why are we doing this? To answer that, you must picture yourself transported to the wide open umbral plains, or the steps of the great cathedrals of Argent-Deneur, or the glassy shores of the Lake of Fire. Imagine yourself worshipping before the icon of sin in awe of its splendor, even as it sleeps. Till the call of ages comes. Envision chanting the names of Dark Lords in the correct order, empowering them with your rote learning. Fantasize about how it will feel to sense the caress of the Bukavak as it rises from the blood pools of Angrax and strangles the life out of you. Now you can return to work, advocate. For now, you know why we do this. Man, this is mad shit. It's funny. It still sounds like some corporate bullshit, but the meaning is more and more out of the normality out of this world and just some nasty shit. Okay, we've completed with this, with the environments, and we've noticed some nasty shit here and the world. I will speak about that in the end. I will try to conclude it later. So let's move on. Database. Health Station. The UAC Health Station follows the same standard design specification as its predecessor, the Health Pack, but with improved nanobot dispersal and faster cellular analysis. When the patient arm is inserted into the mini station sleeve, the health station initiates a microscopic atomic force scan on the subject and administers a nanobot package that targets cellular deficiencies. CHEM clusters are then dosed to the patient, which stimulates rapid recovery. Some users experience lightheadedness when using the health station. This can be cured by reinserting the patient arms into the machine and running it a second time. This step can be repeated as often as necessary. Wrong, it's used only one time in the game. Maybe on this hard difficulty, I don't know. Delta V jump bots. First developed on the Phobos outpost to facilitate extremely fast navigation through microgravity, Delta V jump bots are now used at all cargo stations, transport hubs, and maintenance depots to facilitate agile traversal with speed and ease. With the experimental growth of UAC with the exponential growth of UAC production at the Asian facility, it became necessary to find an alternative to the overworked and overloaded ferry drones. When worn, Delta V jump boots detect myoelectric signals in the legs so that when the user begins to jump, a short burst of agent energy is forced through a booster nozzle on the soles of the boots, and a full assisted jump is performed. With enough angular momentum, a second jump can sometimes be performed. Vast distances can be quickly covered when used correctly, and caution should be exercised when performing AFN maneuvers around vertical drops or overhead obstacles. Yes, that's right. Field drone, often referred to as droppers, these drones were developed by the UAC to autonomously receive and deliver ordered parts to engineers, off-duty employers, or soldiers. Agent energy. Early in the development of the agent accumulator, it was discovered that agent plasma compressed into Hayden radius spheres, named after Samuel Hayden, would retain its structure when charged with enough radioactive isotopes. Once formed, if the surface tension of the plasma sphere is broken, the energy cache contained within will quickly discharge, energizing anything it comes into contact with. Agent caches were the forerunner of the agent accumulator, but their vulnerability to blunt force makes their use too unpredictable. There are still hundreds of these prototype agent caches to be found around the agent facility and have become somewhat of a collector item among UAC employers. Should you find an agent cache, please report your finding to your departmental enforcer. Agent energy is produced by neutron activation of agent plasma, a new and powerful substance that was discovered on Mars. This produces an exothermic reaction when where recorded temperatures within the plasma have exceeded previously accepted theoretical limits. Let's read it again. It's a complex sentence. This produces an exothermic reaction where recorded temperatures within the plasma have exceeded previously accepted theoretical limits. So it's so hot, it creates so hot environments that wasn't theoretically possible before. Through a process not yet fully understood, Argent plasma remains stable and self-contained throughout. Conventional nuclear power is obsolete. What used to take a nuclear reactor 12 months to produce can be generated in a few seconds by the energy tower and packaged into an Argent accumulator no larger than Samuel Hayden's hand. So this sphere can power like a city. It seems like it. Ancient plasma was originally discovered by the SS Amundsen when it landed in the Prometei Terra region of Mars in 2095 as part of the USC Geological Survey mission Frontier. While searching for liquid water springs, the survey boat discovered a narrow trench, which has now become known as the Argent fracture. The fracture emitted a substance that at first appeared to be an electrical gas cloud. However, deeper analysis of the substance showed it to be an entirely new form of matter with a quantum signature never before recorded. Initial tests on this new matter immediately showed its potential. When a 2 megakelvin cutting laser was fired at the substance, it absorbed the heat with ease and remained self-contained. A second expedition was planned to further analyze this remarkable new Argent plasma. There has been speculation that the development of Argent energy goes beyond traditional science and bleeds into the realm of SEFT, spiritual energy field theory. Experiments in this fringe science have been heavily criticized in the past as their development often involves occult like practices and the channeling resources from poorly understood extra-dimensional resources. Coupled with the reports of cultish practices within the USC, there are deep concerns over how Argent energy is produced and if it is indeed safe. The USC has refused to reveal the details despite repeated requests by the Global Science Council. Despite concern over the safety of producing energy with a process that is not fully understood, the need for a reliable source since the depletion of plutonium and uranium reserves is a powerful argument. When the USC unveiled an Argent energy powered hand-sized 24-volt battery with over 20,000 megawatt hours, the future of energy supply within the solar system was set. One battery array could power an entire city block for several hours. That's what I said mostly. Researchers at the Global Science Council have speculated that the USC's the most advanced battery technology, the Argent accumulator, can hold over 30,000 megawatt hours, but that the USC is deliberately bottlenecking the production to maintain control over the market value. The USC has no comment on the matter. Okay, what I want to tell you about that, I don't know. I will tell you later, but we see more details about everything, and it's quite interesting. I will talk about the lore itself and the story of the game at the end of this video. Let's move on. Mega Health. This stimulant is the first and so far only successful fusion of USC technology and the arcane science behind agent stimulants. When consumed, it bestows additional stamina and endurance on the user, effectively giving them one more life. This effect is achieved by first vaporizing the then ionizing an adrenaline solution, which is then injected into a demagnetized agent stimulant. As the resulting concoction is extremely volatile, the product must be absorbed immediately to avoid combustion. It is notable that the stimulant can be administered to humans successfully, although it does shorten overall lifespan significantly. So you get a lot health now, but you will pay later. Attempts to administer the solution to demons have proved unsuccessful. The demon suffers agonized death moments after injection. So it's like angelic thing. Okay, let's move on. Elite Guard. The Elite Guard is a company of security personnel charged with protection the Lazarus Lazarus Project research and maintaining order throughout the agent facility. The distinct red uniforms help distill a calming influence among USC employees, and they are known to be level-headed, disciplined, and fair but firm. Their suits contain cybernetic augmentation, which gives the elite guards an advantage should they need to quell any disturbances. The augmentations allow them to be faster, stronger, or more resilient to injury. USC employees are advised to comply with any orders received from an elite guards. Their jurisdiction is absolute, answering only to the highest level executives of the USC. If an elite guard kindly requests that you accompany them to the Lazarus Labs, you will be going to the Lazarus Labs. With such powerful capabilities in each elite guards, it was deemed necessary to implant a kill chip in each uniform so that they might also be controlled should an uprising occur among their ranks. The kill chip responds to a Lazarus wave signature that can only be broadcast by Samuel Hayden or Olivia Price. Can I imagine that Olivia Pierce just killed them with one click of a button? That's why we have only dead elite guards on the levels. We will see. Maybe this question is answered later. Gore nests. Studies of demons upon entering this dimension have shown that their conduct is not purely vindictive. There is a method behind their actions. When a demon captures their prey, the fresh kill is taken to a temporal ceremonial site where arcane rituals are performed on the pile of blood and gore. When enough corpses have been gathered, the ceremonial site becomes a gore nest. These sites, imbued with hell energy from the rituals, act as umbilical cords to hell. Extreme caution must be taken when approaching a gore nest. Attacking the nest, or indeed any demons within close proximity to the nest, will act as an alarm and siphon more demons from hell. USC personnel. We have only 3, but several entries on them. No first entry for Olivia Pierce. Sorry, guys. Samuel saw Olivia as a protege. He sponsored her during her formal education and was the driving force behind her promotion to the Global Science Council. Olivia made her fortune as one of the founders of Nanostruct Aerospace and defense system, in part thanks to sizable donation from Samuel. Olivia's career blossomed, and Samuel eventually offered her the freedom to design and run her own cutting edge laboratory by joining the UAC. Olivia refused, citing that she had no interest in energy business. When Olivia did finally leave Nanostruct, it came as a shock to the scientific community. She relinquished a position of sizable power and control to work at an isolated outpost 140 million miles from Earth. A former colleague of Olivia's at Nanostruct stated that Samuel sent her an artifact recovered near the agent fracture, after which she became obsessed with joining the UAC. A few weeks later, she accepted the offer and became the leader of the Lazarus Project, working directly under Samuel Hayden. Before joining UAC, Olivia was open to discussion about her endeavors and beliefs. She was known to have been an avid world traveler, served a 2-year tour of duty with the Global Science Council, and even spent time serving as a missionary in South America, which she noted was a spiritual but frivolous pilgrimage. Since moving to Mars, she has become a recluse, cutting off friends and family to focus on her secretive work on the Lazarus Project. She is rarely seen outside of the lab and no longer attends board meetings or any USC press events. Past colleagues of Olivia has noted that this behavior may just mean that she has something spectacular to reveal in the near future. She she had some mistakes. Let me tell you that.